Talk to him, talk to him, talk to him. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another segment of the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I am your host, Kojo Sarfo, checking in from sunny Los Angeles, California. It's been a beautiful day outside today. It's been a great day. I feel good. I feel good. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about this topic. This is going to be a very exciting topic. I got a little bit of a backstory about why I chose this particular topic. So I got a couple of things to teach you all about today. But before we go ahead and get started, use the comment section to let me know where you're checking in from. This is my little blurb so you can know a thing or two about me. And as the comments come in, I'll click your comment, highlight it so we can get to know each other. So it's going to be a great show. We will allow everybody to file in. Use the comment section to let me know your name, where you're checking in from, and we'll take it from there. Austin checking in from Missouri. I don't know why I'm always like Missouri, or is it somewhere else? But Austin is the OG. Austin's checking in from Missouri. Austin, how's your day been? What type of a day are you having out there in the Midwest? It's an amazing day in Southern California. I hope things have been amazing out your way as well. Melissa Mimalt is checking from Quebec, Canada. And all right, Melissa is watching from YouTube. So I want to say we're getting organized on YouTube finally for the first time. So for my YouTube page, the majority of people who follow me on YouTube have come from the Neurodivergent Struggle series. A couple of changes real quick. So people enjoy the Neurodivergent Struggle so much that we're going to be doing a Neurodivergent Struggles podcast. So we're going to have a weekly podcast coming to you all starting next week, Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time. So make sure you follow the new podcast page. I will let my assistant know. Actually, I'll let her know. But follow the new podcast page for our YouTube. And also, we're going to have a brand new separate YouTube page where it's going to be dedicated directly to the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. So if you enjoy watching from YouTube, just make sure to subscribe to that YouTube channel, because I finally have a team around me. So my ADHD brain is feeling happy because I have some support. So thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Finally got some support. So God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Missouri. I knew that. Put up Halloween decorations today. Halloween decorations. What is it? It's September. You're like 8 weeks early. 8 weeks early. Rome, how you doing? What's up? And Melissa, yes, you definitely want to check out the new YouTube channel, which is dedicated to just the Late Night Show, Dr. Kojo. And like I said, the Neurodivergent Struggles podcast. So I'm very excited to see you all's feedback. And y'all are the audience. So y'all are my employers. Y'all determine what I post content about and what's next. So y'all are who I do this for. We have Lulu Waters checking in from San Francisco, California. Okay, Lulu, how are you doing today? Checking in from LinkedIn too. LinkedIn is always exciting because I never look at LinkedIn as a live stream format, but we are on LinkedIn nonetheless, and we're having a good time. Lulu, I'm very happy to see you. Melissa got you. Kayla got you. Austin says, I listen to the same song on repeat so I can stay focused. Oh, I got something in my mouth. I had some sweet green and apparently I had something in my mouth, and nobody let me know. How do I look? All right. I look good. All right. I feel good. I listen to the same song on repeat so I can stay focused. I put up decorations from 9, until 8 o'clock. I ate 3 times today and took my message prescribed. So that is a huge win. Congratulations on that. And Rome says, this is a great topic because I struggle with controlling my emotions almost daily. Schizoaffective here. Rome, thank you for sharing. And what people don't realize that every mental health condition has some component of impulsivity. Yes, I believe that, but more so some component of a difficulty with regulating your emotions. It has some component of struggling to regulate your emotions. Schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, ADHD, autism, depression, anxiety. The list goes on and on and on. So this is a very important topic. Jurassic World is the theme this year. Okay. Life moment by moment. Mrs. Carroll, thank you very much. I think I'm good to go. I'm good to go. All right. All right. So five things that five things that happen when you can't control your emotions. Okay. This is a very, very, very important topic. And I want you all to know that this isn't, you don't learn how to do this in one day or even a week. This is a continuous process. Each and every day, we have to put the work in towards regulating our emotions. Walking out right now, listening as we walk. Perfect. Now, also keep in mind that while we're doing this live stream, you can also get some stuff done around the house. You can body double, so on and so forth. We can do exactly what we want to do, and we can be productive. All right. So, number one, the first thing that can happen, and this is probably an obvious one, but relationship issues. If you struggle to manage your emotions, I think we all see how you can have relationship issues, right? Relationships are going to test your relationships are going to test everything about you. It's going to test how well you know yourself. It's going to, test how well you're aware of your childhood trauma. This is somebody who you're choosing. Keep in mind, you pick your partner. We don't pick our siblings. We don't pick our parents. We don't pick our cousins, but you pick your partner. So you have control over who you decide to be with. And relationship issues happen when you don't know how to manage your emotions or work through your emotions. So my thing is, we are all going to have things that can piss us off and things that will make it hard for us to keep things together. But the way that we react, that's the key. How do we react to whatever is going on? And a lot of times, the things that we do are based off of how we feel internally. That's why I tell people all the time, other people's opinions of you is none of your business. Everybody is projecting out here. Whatever they're putting out is just a reflection of what's inside. So if you understand that, then you can know, okay, I'm not going to allow myself to be shaken by what people think, what they say, what they do. I have to learn how to regulate my emotions on my own. And if you can't regulate your emotions, you'll find that your partner sometimes, depending on what they're doing, they'll be able to make you feel a certain way that they're feeling. If you're having a bad day, that's okay. Your partner doesn't have to have a bad day because you are responsible for yourself and your partner is responsible for themselves. You take care of you for them. They take care of themselves for you. But when you can't manage your emotions, something small can turn to a big blowout. And as we know, if you've been dating somebody for 5 years and y'all have problems, these were not problems that came up in year 3 or 4. These problems were here from the get-go. You just get better or worse at managing it, or you just sweep it under the rug. And if you sweep it under the rug, guess what? It'll come back at some point. Jessica agrees. Melanie, how are you doing? It's good to see you and Jessica. So relationship issues. The second one, this one is key right here. This one is key. This is probably the biggest point that I want to make right here. Financial issues. So tomorrow on Instagram, we're rolling out a very exciting campaign that I've done with Bank of America and Paramount. So when we get there tomorrow, I'll post the content. You all will see what I'm talking about in the videos. But I'm very excited for this brand deal because regulating your emotions and financial stability, they go hand in hand. People don't realize that you don't have a money problem. You just have a problem with managing your emotions. You don't have an issue with finances. You now maybe we don't make enough to live like Jeff Bezos, right? But we don't have a money problem. We have a problem with managing our emotions. Something happens, we feel this discomfort internally, and we're like, all right, okay, cool. I've had such a long day. I'm gonna go to the mall and I'm gonna buy myself something. I'm gonna buy myself $500 worth of shoes because I've had such a, oh my gosh. I'm going to go buy a brand new PlayStation. Oh my gosh. Life is so hard. I'm just going to swipe this credit card. Oh my gosh. It's not a money problem. It's a problem with regulating your emotions. Christine says, yep. And that's why I'm not going to order what I want to order right now. Right, exactly. So when you have that impulse to order, take a step back, keep the stuff in the cart, come back a day or two later, and see if you really want that thing. Walking helps you feel better. Okay, Debbie, I'm hoping that you're doing a little bit better, and I like the fact that you're voicing your emotions. Oh, good morning, Megan. I'm not sure where you're at. Claire, how are you doing? Nana's in Ghana, so it's morning over there. Having those emotional regulation relationship issues. Right. Self-sabotaging. So, oh my gosh, we could talk about self-sabotaging. That's its own individual life. We can go on and on and on and on. It's true. By hearing and hearing by, it's a problem with managing emotions. And like I even thought about making this live stream just about financial issues and emotional dysregulation. Those two things, there's a clear link there. And it's not money, it's just the lack of self-regulation when it comes to emotions. Buy now, pay later. Right. Because when you buy now, you get the thing and you have to pay later. Like, what in the world? Creating a wish list instead of buying, that is helpful. Love the show right there. That's me, but I'll buy a Coach bag. Right. And whether it's a Coach bag, whether it's a PlayStation, whether it's I know some high heels or stilettos or whatever the case may be. When you feel a certain way, whatever you do, just understand that your emotions are there's an emotion that's at the core of it. There's an emotion that's at the core of it. Let me see. I got a podcast that I have to go to in a second. So we're like around like maybe 8, like I got like 10 minutes to finish the live stream. But actually, quick story time. Let's go ahead and do the story time. Let's do story time. Phone addiction. Can't wait to talk about that with you. Oh, interesting. I'm happy to see you as well. Also, quick story time about how it's not a money problem. It's a problem with managing your emotions. All right. So let's paint the picture, y'all. I was early this year. I'm in Dallas, Texas, right? I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm talking to this girl on Instagram, okay? I'm talking to this girl on Instagram. We're texting back, or we're messaging back and forth, going back and forth, right? Love story times. All right, well, grab a seat and get comfortable. I'm texting this girl on Instagram. Y'all get the point. We're going back and forth. Back, forth. At some point, the messaging stops. And I'm like, all right, did this girl leave me on red? And at first I was like, all right, maybe she'll get back to the message. I wait like 30 minutes later. I'm like, hold up, this girl really left me on red. Okay, she's probably using the restroom. An hour and a half goes by. I'm like, oh, this girl is effing with me. I don't like to cuss on here because kids will watch, but in my head, I'm like, this girl is really effing with me. She left me on red. And 2 hours later, or 30 minutes later, 2 hours after our last correspondence on Instagram DMs, I'm like, this girl really ghosted me. Like, and then I start to get upset. I'm like, all right, who do you think you are that you can ghost me? And I'm having all these arrogant thoughts in my head. I'm like, all right, I haven't been ghosted in years. You don't know who I am. Like, I'm getting angry. So what I did, I'll be transparent with you all. I got violently high. I got sky high because I could not regulate my emotions. I was pissed off with this one girl who may have been projecting, and she didn't fall asleep because I'm still waiting to hear back from this girl. You know, like, she still follows me. I don't follow her on Instagram anymore. But because I couldn't regulate my emotions, hey, Lalani, how are you doing? I got violently, like, sky high. Like, I got violently high, right? So I'm off the substances. I'm fading. And now, not only am I upset, but I'm upset and I'm high. So I'm looking at my phone like, who does this girl think she is? Like, you think you can, like, not reply to me? I'm like, all right, I'll show you. So what I did then is I was in Dallas. So I remembered, okay, I know this one girl in Houston. So I texted this one girl in Houston. I'm like, all right, blah, blah. I'd like for you to come over and see me. And she replies, it's 1 a.m. And she's like, oh, I can come see you, but like it's late. I can come tomorrow. This is a Saturday night. So Sunday, she drives from Houston to Dallas, 3 hours to come and see me, or 3.5, 4 hours, whatever. It's the Woodlands, but Woodlands is essentially Houston, right? So this woman drives 3.5 hours from Houston to Dallas to come and see me, right? And spend the weekend with me. And of course, I have ADHD, so I'm a Mickey Ficky. So I might want to do Mickey Ficky things. But as the weekend progressed, I realized that I wasn't actually horny. It wasn't that I wanted to do the Mickey Ficky. It was an emotional dysregulation problem. I could not manage my emotions, and my ego was hurt. So, I was very busy this weekend, but I put everything to the side because I had this girl. She had to drive 3 hours to come from Houston to Dallas, 3.5 hours. So now I'm spending time with this girl. Everything that I was supposed to do on Sunday, I'm behind. And on top of that, I needed more space. I didn't have enough space in my hotel room, so I had to get a bigger hotel room for 2 nights. So now I'm out of $600. And because of me not getting anything done on Sunday, it destroyed my week from Monday to Friday. I was not productive. I don't think I was on time for anything that I planned to be on time for that particular week. So the net of everything was I lost a week and a half's worth of productivity. I lost $600. But it all goes back to me not being able to control one singular emotion. So now you tell me, do I have a money problem, a woman problem, or do I have ADHD and I struggle to regulate my mood and my attention? So that's why it's so important to understand that it's about managing your emotions. If you can't manage your emotions, and there we go. This is exactly what it is. It's a self-sabotage. Once I tied it back to, oh my goodness, there was one singular emotion I couldn't handle. So because I couldn't handle this one emotion, it turned into a whole episode of self-sabotage. It was frustrating, but then it was liberating because I told myself, if I just could have managed that emotion, I would have saved $600 and I would have been on top of every single thing that week. And the girl was, I'm cool with that. The girl who came from Houston, like she's cool, whatever. But I wasn't even horny. I was just couldn't manage my emotions. I don't know if this is when I lost my guitar, but like I have to go back and connect the dots. I don't know if this is the week that I lost my guitar, but if this was the week that I lost my guitar, then take that $600 and add $350 to it because I had to buy another guitar once I lost my guitar. So assuming that I lost my guitar the same week, that makes it $1,000 that I lost. I'm not sure, but let's just say it was $1,000 that I lost, plus a week and a half's worth of productivity because of one emotion. And a lot of us in this chat are neurodivergent. So just keep that in mind. If you can't manage that one emotion, the domino effect, sometimes people go from that to that to that into a toxic relationship. And then you look back 20 years and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I end up in this situation? It may have been one emotion that you struggled to manage. Boom. And Melinda's correct. You couldn't handle the emotion of rejection. And that was the exact emotion. That was the exact emotion. And a lot of us who have ADHD here, we struggle with rejection. So my thing was, it was the difficulty with accepting the rejection. And also, I had an ego too. A little bit of an ego problem, I'll admit. But all of these things cost me some money, possibly my guitar. I love that guitar too. And a week and a half's worth of productivity. So that's important. Yeah, the RZ hit hard. Chasing validation, right? Which I don't think I'm somebody who does that, but that's exactly what I was doing in that situation. Alexis, how are you doing? DNP is Doctor of Nursing Practice.
All right, let me 1 second. Let this. I get 10 minutes to get ready, please.
Just in the time of that podcast I got coming up, because I went left field on a story time, but I say all that to say that if you can identify which emotions you struggle with and work on that, it will change your life. You will make more money because you won't be spending money as much. Oh, Christina, I won't. It depends on what she says. If she's ready now, I gotta go. So I'll wait to see what she says. All right. Number 3, the missed opportunities. The missed opportunities. All right, she said, all right, she gave me the green light. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, cool. So shout out to her being flexible. If you didn't understand, I would have understood. Missed opportunities, right? So using the story that I just told, in that week and a half that I wasn't getting things done, how many missed opportunities were there? A lot of times, let's say you're going in for a job interview, but somebody, cut you off on the road and you couldn't manage your emotions. Now you go in with this piss off attitude and you need this job so bad, but now you're frowning, you're just in a bad mood. You're like, you never know if somebody was prepared to hand you the job, but just by the way you presented yourself, you robbed yourself of an opportunity to get this job that you always wanted. And also keep in mind, when you're angry or when you're struggling to manage a certain emotion, it takes away from you being present. And if we're in the present moment, we can analyze things for what they actually are. More reasons for us to work on our emotions. Start Al-Anon this week. Congratulations. And look, these are all things that help you regulate yourself. Same thing with someone was asking the question about stimming in my DMs today. Stimming helps you regulate yourself. What has mood to do with it? You fight the necessity, no matter the mood. Mood's a thing for fighting. So Doc Possum, my thing is you want to know how to manage your emotions. A lot of things that we do, like sometimes this is why people do things and you'll feel like you're in control of yourself because it wasn't, a certain emotion took over. So you weren't able to present yourself or the best version of yourself out there because a certain emotion was dominating you. And there are times when we may need to lean into our emotions. We don't have to be logical every single time. That's the beauty of guys and girls. We're different. I think women are better when it comes to tapping into their emotions. And as guys, I think we naturally go towards the logical side of things. But we need each other because there's certain times when you have to tap into your emotions. Because not being able to access your emotions is arguably just as bad as not knowing how to manage your emotions. So you have to tap into it as best as you can and just learn how to manage it. Oh, that was a quote. That was a dude quote. Okay, that's funny. I had no idea. I thought you were like making the statement. So Doc Possum, I had no idea. Alexa says, thank you. It has helped so much already, and I already know it's a difference in my mood. I have not been to 18 since I was 12. Huge step in the right direction. Latin, what's Latin mean? I love the show nonetheless. Your ego is like, damn, I am fine. I'm intelligent. I have so much to offer. Why would she reject me? I think the other part of managing emotions is not everyone is going to be for you. Melinda, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. I don't know what Latin means. I gotta maybe have to Google that, Alexis. But Melinda, you're right. You're right. You're right. And I'm not somebody that really cares about others' opinions. But on this particular night, I clearly did because your actions will tell on you every single time. So I clearly did. Oh, Alateen. Oh, gotcha, Alexis. Gotcha. Flowing back to baseline can take a while. It can. It definitely can. All right, now this one right here, number 4. I think this is an obvious one. Legal problems. One of my favorite jobs was working in Augusta at the Richmond County Jail on Fensley Road. And when I was working in the jail, this is maybe 2014, 2015. Dang. That's a minute ago. And Mickey Picky. 10 years ago, yeah. I was working at the county jail, and I was surprised by how many people were incarcerated because of somebody else. Like, they got upset at somebody, they stabbed somebody, they hurt somebody, they took somebody's life. Or you walked in on your significant other doing the Mickey Picky with somebody else. Love triangles. When you can't manage your emotions and you act in that moment, that's why it's always best to just take a step back. I remember when I first started working at the psych hospital and we were going through orientation, what they told us is that if a patient attacks you, or if a patient spits on you, or if it happens to your coworker, you remove yourself from the area, or you ask your coworker, "Hey, can you remove me?" Or if you see that they just got spit on, remove them, because if somebody spits on you, your natural reaction is to swing on them or to kick or to hit them back. But we are staff members at the psych hospital. We cannot spit back on the patients. But if they spit on you and you get all, like riled up, you're not thinking straight. There's no way you can manage your emotions. So the best thing to do is somebody spit on you, cool. Just leave the unit, leave the psych unit. Just get away. Get it before you do something that you regret, because you don't want to hurt the patient. You don't want to spit on the patient, but all you see is a big blob of spit that came and smacked you in the side of the face. When that happens, just leave. Just leave. Just leave. Just leave. Because in that moment, it's unreasonable to expect anybody to be able to regulate their emotions. So these are all things that you have to, if you have the foresight, you can say, all right, okay, I'm a little upset right now, but let me get out of here. This is too much. This is just way too much for me. My husband, I think it's my husband and I, but I ain't no grammar police, whatever. We bounce each other when one gets too involved emotionally in these regulating on big decisions. Like me mentioning him possibly trading in his Tesla. It's a give take. He's ready to jump. Right. And also, this is the advantage of a partnership. I believe that when you're in a relationship with somebody, like we're gonna have to have a live stream where we talk about the advantages of. I need to stop talking to this dude these live streams. We need to have a live stream where we talk about the advantages of being in a relationship, and there's also advantages to being single. But one of the big advantages of being in a relationship is you can do things like this. When you're gonna make a big decision, you can talk to your partner and get another perspective on things. Because in our heads, especially as guys, we feel like we know it all. So if your girl's like, how about nothing? I don't want to hear it. But sometimes what Leilani is saying might be the exact thing that her husband needs to hear. So that's the advantage of partnerships. Baby crap. A lot of behavioral health. Yeah. And a lack of education from yeah. And also we can make an argument with the police, helping them learn how to regulate their emotions too. All right, and this is number 5 right here. Before I hit number 5, let me go ahead and answer this. So Annie says, so what do you say to yourself in those situations when you catch yourself and not to react out of character? All right, Annie, so man, we could do, I hate that this live stream, I only have like 3 or 4 minutes left. We could do we may have to do a part 2 on this. Somebody, let's say, I gave the example of the psych hospital, so we have that one. But let's say you are somewhere in public and somebody pisses you off, Annie. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense to even reply. Don't reply. Just leave. Like sometimes when you want to show somebody something, just leave. Just leave. Somebody's like, oh, Annie, blah, blah. You start to see yourself get upset. I'm gone. Bye. Actually, don't even wave. Don't even wave. Don't even wave to the person. Just leave. Be like, I'm gone. You don't have to announce your departure. I was talking to some guys the other day, and we're talking about, when you have issues in relationships, or, like, how do you make your girl see that she's hurting you, whatever. You don't. What are you gonna do? You can't force a woman to stay with you. Can't force her to stay with you. For damn sure, you don't put your hands on her. Don't even raise your voice. Just leave. If you want to show just leave. You want to show somebody, like, you want to show and make them pay, just leave. Just leave. Like right here. Just leave. Just leave. It'll save your life. Because you'll make a decision in the moment and you won't be proud of it. You're like, my goodness, I didn't mean to do this. As consciously, Lisa says, you just need to commit to not degrade your spouse, your patient, your friend, your child. She's a conscious parenting coach. Ooh, I like her content as well. I've been following her. Somebody connected me with her. I'm not sure who did, but thank you to whoever connected me with her. When I feel my heart rate go up and my face get flushed, I know it's time to take a time out and reflect and recenter. I agree. Time out. A timeout is good for us all. Timeout is good for us all. All right. And the fifth one, the fifth thing that can happen when you can't control your emotions is lowered confidence. Because confidence comes from repeated self-achievement, doing something over and over and over and over. That's where confidence comes from. But if you can't regulate your emotions, then you'll tend to go whichever way the wind blows. You feel high, all right, you get things done. You feel low, you're going left, right, up and down, because you're going based off of your emotions. You're not going based off of, the routine you have planned for yourself or what you plan to do. But your emotions, not being able to regulate them, when you can't regulate them, they're going to control you. So you're really a slave to how you feel at that day. And depending on who you're around, some people can project and make you want some people want you to feel the exact way that they're feeling. So now you're at the mercy of people around you, whether they feel good, whether they feel bad. So our confidence can go low when we can't regulate our emotions. Yeah, self-confidence. Big Girl for Life, I'm happy you finally caught this live stream. Happy you finally caught it. Let me see. Okay, cool. I felt this after the crush can't start a date, like there's something wrong with me. Right. And Alexis, this is why it's so important to understand that other people's actions are not a reflection of us. All right. What people do is not a reflection of us. Like, he may have canceled the date, and it's actually a waste of time to think about why they canceled a date, but he may have canceled a date because he overslept, he double booked it or something like that, or or maybe his toxic ex came back and then now he's stuck in this loop. Who knows? But the natural reaction is to feel like something is wrong with you. But that's why when you learn how to manage your emotions, you're like, okay, cool. And a lot of times when this happens, what tends to happen is people circle the block. They come back around. And then you're like, I'm good now. Like the dating game nowadays is it's something else. The dating game nowadays is something else. So making sure that you can be self-sufficient emotionally, and that's one thing that I think I'm looking for these headphones, whatever. That's one thing that I want to talk about more, because when women as a group improve their emotional regulation skills, it's going to allow you to have so much more leverage when it comes to dating. So much more leverage. Same thing with guys. When guys learn to not be so sex-based, they'll have leverage. Like whatever you struggle with, is the thing that tends to control you. Big Girl for Life is scary out here. Better wear your find and wear your COVID mask. Put an N95 when you go out to date. Kept told me something else. Okay, but even like at some point you get to where like he's like, oh, I can't make it. Cool. Move on. And then he's like, oh my gosh, like how does she move on so confidently without me? I gotta go back to her. We have to go on a date tomorrow. Oh, actually, all right. So Leilani, can we go ahead and can we put this down as a topic? How to regulate your emotions, so we can do a live about this. Because I have to head out for this podcast because the link was sent to me now, so I do have to head out for the podcast. But can we put this down as a topic? And I'm gonna let my assistant know so she can schedule some time for me to take. There we go. All right. Hey, V, I'd like to do this as a topic pretty soon. So can you just let me know what options I have, whether it's a morning show or a late night show? Thank you so much, Levy. All right, y'all. So I have to head out. We don't have time for a water break today. What? Actually, we do. Somebody drop the magic word in real quick, and let's get this water break in, and then I gotta dip out. And this is another good one too, Melanie. I know Leilani will help me out with this. Self-sabotage. It's a great one. Big cheers. Big cheers. Yes, please. Have a great night. Big cheers. Big cheers. Big cheers. All right. Take care. Love you all. And be on the lookout for updates in the Discord. All right. Take care, y'all.